children. Today we got a really special episode for you. Today we're going to be talking about the Neolithic period. That's right! The Neolithic period was a lovely time where everyone was starting to get together and form civilization. This was mostly due to the agricultural revolution, the time period when people began moving away from hunter-gatherer society and began settling down, while domesticating animals and cultivating crops. Well, I wonder who that could be. Come in. Why, it's Mr. McFeely, everyone. Give it up for our wonderful mailman.
Emphasis on male. During this period, the idea of patriarchy was further established. Anyways, here's your letter.
Well, thank you, Mr. McFeely. Have a wonderful day.
Don't tell me what to do. Oh.
Alrighty then. Let's see who sent us this wonderful letter. Why, it's from the wonderful people of the Neolithic age. Let's hope my hieroglyphics haven't gone rusty. The letter was written by the people of the Norte Chico. It seems that they wrote a little biography about themselves.
You don't know who I am. You don't know what I want. If you are looking for culture, I can tell you I don't have a written language, but what I do have are a very particular set of strings. Strings I have made to communicate over a very long period. Strings that make me a mystery to people like you. If you learn my history now, that'll be the end of it. I will not look for you. I will not pursue you. But if you don't, I will be forgotten by you. My revolutionary maritime hunting techniques will be forgotten by you, and I will kill you. My theocratic style of government will be forgotten by you.
Then, children, do you want to know something really cool? Well, the creation and improvement of stone and soon metallic tools led to special events such as the mammoths dying out and the agricultural revolution. The second of these two being the main focus of this episode. So now, we're going to be talking to our resident expert on the subject, Officer Clemens.
Ding dong.
Well, that'll be Officer Clemens. Come on, boys and girls, let's give my friend a wonderful hello.
Hi, kids. I heard that y'all were talking about the agricultural revolution. Well, it just so happens that I am an expert on that very special item.
Wonderful. Could you please tell all the children about it and where it took place?
Positively. The location is easy. It started in places such as the Indus River Valley in Egypt and spread all over the world. It may not have exactly spread per se, but instead individual areas began to start their own agricultural revolution. Some took a bit more time than others, though. In places like China, oh boy, they caught on quick. But don't take my word for it. I have a written note from the earliest Chinese dynasty, the Shang, that states that their improved farming technologies, such as the advanced irrigation, allowed for them to become a strong country in the later time periods.
Why, thank you, Officer Clemens. That was very educational.
Thank you, sir. Just doing my job.
Well, boys and girls, we have one more people to talk about before we run out of time. The Egyptians. That's right. The Egyptians developed one of the world's first writing systems, hieroglyphics, and consequently, they were one of the first people to record history. They are also known for building amazing architectural masterpieces, such as their pyramids and palaces. Oh, how wonderful! All right, children, that's all the time we have for today, I'm afraid. But don't worry, I heard the news is coming up next. Oh, how I love the news. And remember, kids, the Norte Chico are not irrelevant.
Hello and welcome to World News SOC 292. My name is Laili.
And my name is Benen.
First up, complex societies.
In recent times, the Qing and Han dynasty have been developed, restoring order to warring states thanks to legalism. No more neighbor fighting, I guess.
Now moving on to the rise of Confucianism, seems to be having a pretty strong influence over the government and how the people are doing things. Seems pretty valuable to them. We then see Alexander the Great taking over, beginning the Hellenistic age after the Greco-Persian Wars. There's quite the blend of culture starting to happen because of that.
Like a smoothie.
Yeah. Well, anyways, Rome is now in control of the Mediterranean, or most of it, thanks to Julius Caesar, and they are going strong.
Just in! Julius Caesar has been assassinated!
Well, that sure is something. What will Rome do now?
Check back in at 11 for your latest news reports. Hello, and welcome back to your most updated news of SOC 292. I'm Laili, and this is Benen.
We are here to report that Rome is now in a time of peace with the Pax Romana in full swing, unlike the swords of the Roman soldiers. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, with Rome at peace, there's lots of cultural and technological mixtures and growth. It's looking pretty good for Rome. Just in, it seems a new religion is coming about called Christianity, led by Jesus. And it seems that we're starting a common era, although it's just speculation at this point.
In other news, the Mauryan dynasty in India is starting and looks like it's going to be a success, although that's what they all think.
Well, that's it for now. Tune in later for all your world news.
Ha.
Hello, and welcome to SOC 292 at 7. I'm your host,
And
Laili.
I am Benen. Now, for your latest world news, it seems that Ashoka, the third leader of the Indian Mauryan dynasty empire, known for being brutal and ruthless in his ruling, has converted to Buddhism. Kind of strange if you ask me. What leader goes from ruthless to Buddhist?
In Ashoka's past, he was very cruel, but effective and efficient in expanding his empire. Now he's promoting Buddhism across his kingdom. He seems to have taken a liking to being a Buddhist. He shares his rules on stone edicts, which are stones spread throughout his kingdom, sharing his new faith. What do you think, Benen?
I'm not sure this guy knows what he's doing. I mean, he is becoming a complete opposite of what he used to be. I'm not sure how that will affect his people. He may turn back at any time and go back to being brutal.
Yeah, I do see what you mean, especially how the empire will react once he's gone and what's going to happen. I think they'll probably collapse because they aren't used to the ways and ideas he's spreading.
I think the Hindus and Muslims will fight. Anyway, well, that's it for now. If you have any thoughts or opinions on how the empire will react in the future, what you think about the spread of Buddhism, let us know on Twitter, at Ancient News or hashtag Ancient News. Until next time, ha 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 ha.
So, mate, I hear you're having some issues in life. Well, I've got the solution. Say you've got a friend that's got lots to do, but he isn't in good relations with the big man up there. He could just go to the Catholic Church and pay his sins away. It's that easy. Now, you might think, that's just a scam. They're trying to get your money. But that's what a heretic would say. You don't want to be labeled a heretic now, do you? That's what I thought. Gecko. 15 indulgences could save you 15 eternities or more in purgatory.
About 600 CE, Islam took off in a large way across the Middle East and Europe. Making Islam popular thanks to Muhammad, who was the prophet of Islam, who was considered God's messenger and widely viewed as the last prophet. In Western Europe, feudalism was starting at about 800. This means that the appointed nobles, who used knights to control peasants, this resulted in a social triangle, if you will. The Pope launched the Crusades as a war against Islam and as an attempt to get the Holy Land back.
About to drop some blessings on y'all. For Jesus. For Jesus. For Jesus. For Jesus. For Jesus. For Jesus. Get on out of here.
The First Crusade happened in about 1095, resulting in the capture of Jerusalem in 1099. The Christians set up Latin Christian states, while the Muslims vowed to start a holy war to take back control of that area.
For Allah.
The Christians seemed satisfied with their success and went back home. In the 1130s, Muslim forces started to fight back and began gaining ground. Eventually, one of the Christian states were captured, and that surprised Europeans, leading them to call for another crusade.
For Jesus! For
All through the 13th century, the Crusades continued in an attempt to regain the Holy Land, which continued until the French were defeated by Egyptians. The Crusades struggled and the Mamluk dynasty developed in Egypt. They were able to keep the Mongols that Genghis Khan led from advancing through their land. Genghis Khan led, wait for it, the Mongols to establishing the largest land empire in history, conquering large parts of Central Asia and China.
Has this ever happened to you? Well, now you can avoid awkward situations like dying from the Black Plague with a few simple cures. Try cooked onions. Ten-day-old maple syrup. A simple solution of arsenic. And sitting between two fires. Our physicians have hardly worked on discovering all the tricks to beating those buboes and compiling them into one book to save you and the ones you love.
My esteemed colleagues and I assure you that this book contains the ways to beat the plague and restore you to the healthy self you were before.
You can get all of this and more in our book, How to Not Die from the Black Plague, for only 19 gold solidus. That's right, you heard it, 19 gold solidus.
Hello and welcome to
Generic Game Show.
Today our questions will be mainly focused on the colonization period. Let's meet our contestants. Contestant 1, Contestant 2, and Contestant 3. Now let's get on with the show. First question. The Protestant Reformation featured blank and his 95 Theses.
Lex Luthor.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. The correct answer is Martin Luther. Martin Luther. He started the Protestant Reformation by writing his 95 Theses, or complaints about the church's systems. His ideas spread, causing multiple splits within the Catholic Church, leading to a massive loss of power. Next question. The blank further reduced the power of the church by creating the scientific method and supposedly disproving certain things stressed by church officials.
The scientific revolution.
That's correct! Yes. The scientific revolution led to many discoveries such as the scientific method and ideas such as Boyle's law. These discoveries resulted in a split between scientists and the church, but this split was actually caused by the church because they disagreed. Now, on to the third question. This is the final fill-in-the-blank question. The Columbian Exchange was a widespread transfer of goods between blank, blank, and blank.
America, Africa, and Eurasia.
Bingo was his name, oh that's right. 3 points for contestant 3. The most notable good traded was slaves in this triangle trade. Native Americans were initially used for slave labor in the Americas, especially on profitable sugar plantations. But as the natives died out from European diseases, new cheap labor was needed, prompting slaves to be shipped from Africa, where they were already an internal slave trade. So on to the next portion of the show. I'm going to say 3 words and or phrases, and the first one that connects them all together correctly wins. Ottoman Empire, Suleiman the Magnificent, Janissaries.
The Janissaries, a group of constricted and castrated Christian Turkish boys, gained popularity in the Ottoman Empire, a Muslim empire, located around the Mediterranean Sea. Suleiman the Magnificent, one of the more popular leaders during this time period, used the growing population of the Janissaries to expand his empire.
That about sums it up. 2 points for contestant 2.
Thank you, everybody.
Second and final fill-in-the-blank question. Peter the Great, Catherine the Great, Russia.
In 1452, Columbus sailed the ocean.
I didn't say any of those words.
What? You sure?
Right then. To answer the question, Peter and Catherine the Great, prominent rulers of Russia, attempted to modernize during this period. He modernized the government by creating the Grand Embassy, a group of Russians sent to Europe to create alliances. He went to war with the Ottoman Empire to encourage his people to militarize and improve their economy. Finally, he cut Russia up into 12 easy-to-manage sectors controlled by governors that worked for Peter. His wife assisted in many of these tasks, but mostly behind the scenes.
So
Let's look over the final scores. In last place with 0 points, contestant 1. And in first with 4 points, contestant 2. Yes! 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 All right. See you next time on Generic Game Show.
Daddy, I have to tell you something. I'm revolting.
What? Why?
I'm tired of paying taxes and not having a say in what happens in my life. Daddy, I need representation in Parliament. I'm not a little colony anymore.
Okay, sweetheart. You'll always be my little colony. Look, I know you're upset, but you'll get used to those taxes. And maybe we can think about thinking about representation in Parliament. Maybe.
You've been saying that for years, but you've never actually done anything. I need representation now.
America, a good colony does not demand things from their colonizers, or demand things in general. You're not even a colony with a majority of indigenous people. You have nothing to complain about.
That's exactly the kind of patronizing attitude I expected from you. I am revolting. I'm going to be independent. There's this guy named Alexander Hamilton, and he's going to help me with my taxes and my national bank. I don't need you anymore.
Fine.
Also, I'm pregnant.
What?
Hey, Great Britain. What's going on?
Not now, France. My colony revolted.
Oh, wow. Really successful?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I think I'm gonna do that too.
What?
Well, no, most of my people actually hate the government. Like only like the farmers and the merchants and pretty much everybody else, except for the nobles. But they only make up 2% of the population, so no major loss.
What do you mean no major loss?
You know.
No, I don't.
GB, my main man. All revolutions have casualties.
casualties.
Don't worry about it, man. You have Parliament, you'll be fine. Haiti, I need you to promise me that you won't do anything too rash.
What do you mean?
You know, like revolt or something. You know, like because of all these Enlightenment ideas going around, like liberty and freedom and democracy for everyone and such.
For everyone?
Well, yeah. Theoretically.
And if you revolt, you get those things?
Not exactly. We actually have a kind of dictator right now named Napoleon. He seemed okay at first, but now he's mostly made just some sieges and abandoned French armies in random places. Although, I guess we do have some personal freedoms now. Just promise me you won't revolt, okay, Haiti?
Hey, I'm your friend, Fritz.
I know, but we need to talk privately.
Okay, that's enough.
All right, we're here.
Where are we?
I call it the Berlin Conference.
What is this, an orgy?
What? No! We're dividing up Africa.
Same thing.
I'm sorry. Why should I industrialize again? It's the hormones. In one ear, out the other.
Naturally. If you don't mind me asking, when's the due date?
Well, the doctor says, in a year now. 1898 is the actual date.
How exciting. Do you know the gender?
Yes, it's a territory. I'm calling it Puerto Rico.
Congrats. Well, back to business. Let me tell you, industrialization is hot, literally. All the European countries are doing it.
I'm not Europe.
Of course not. You're a strong, independent woman, which is exactly why you should industrialize. You'll be able to make your own goods using American labor and selling those goods, which will make you an even bigger economic power.
I guess that sounds pretty good. How much does it cost?
Well, it'll take some child labor and extensive pollution, especially with substances that you won't find out that are toxic until decades later, like asbestos and lead. But a nice lady like you shouldn't worry about unmannerly things like that.
Why don't you tell me a little bit more about that whole child labor thing?
Yeah, it's kind of inevitable.
It definitely doesn't sound like something a modern country would want.
Your water's breaking.
What?
Glad you're going to industrialize. See you in a couple of decades.
Wait! I'm having a baby!
Well, hello. I'm Papa Marx.
Do you want some system of government that works effectively, but can also add delicious flavor to your toast? Then try our new product. I can't believe it's not capitalism. It contains all the things you love, like liberty, tasty flavoring, and reliable government structure, without adding those useless preservatives such as liberty, tasty flavoring, and reliable government structure.
Wow, thanks, Papa Marx. This is amazing. I wish there was some faster way to call this amazing communal social product.
Why not call it Marxism, named after me, the center of the universe?
Right. I think I'll just call it socialism for now.
This product is fantastic, but don't just take my word for it. Hear the responses from these satisfied customers.
I can't believe it, it's not capitalism. sees the means of production and all, haha, it truly allows me to take control and be equal with my country.
I am a huge fan of I Can't Believe It's Not Capitalism. I used to be a proletarian, not in control of my future at all. But now, with this revolutionary product, I don't have to worry because the government will take care of it all.
So order today to get one free trial or your money back guaranteed. Better government, better country. Papa Marx.
Welcome to the United Nations Salon. I'm Benen, and today I'm going to help this decolonized country on her way to self-governing. Let's meet this very lucky lady.
Hi, I'm from the decolonized country, and I'm here at the United Nations Salon to find a form of government. Today, I brought with me the ghost of Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Hey, girl. The ghost of Stalin.
Hi.
And the ghost of Hitler.
Well, welcome to the salon. Let's try some forms of government on, shall we?
I'm really hoping she picks democracy. I mean, the USA won World War II. If that hadn't happened, would she even be a free country? Seriously, like also capitalism, totally in right now, and it looks good on everyone. I just don't understand why she brought Stalin. His style is so basic communist, and he's like super rude. He threatened to bomb the US for 50 years with nukes. No chill there.
I love it. You have to get this one. How much is it?
I'm not sure American democracy is right for you. You just look so capitalist. Like, what about the workers? You should try on communism. Egalitarian, all-inclusive, and hella fashionable. And it's all in the communal firm labor.
Please, living more like starving. The Great Famine, anyone? 700 million deaths. Also, communal farming is so passe. Like, what if you actually want to feed your community? Don't
Alright. Well, you both have told me you're going to help me pay for a form of government if you like it, so I'll probably try them both. What do you think, Hitler?
Let's try.
I really hope that Stalin and Roosevelt can work it out. They've both given me so much help in advising with infrastructure and policy. I couldn't just not invite one of them. And they both told me separately that they would pay for my form of government if they liked it. So I'm hoping I can find something they both like, so they'll both give me the money. I could really use the investment.
Okay, how about this one?
Roadie.
Yes. That's the one.
What do you think, sir? What do you think, Hitler? Well, I guess I'll try another one.
I'm not really sure why Hitler's here. Like, he's not really a close friend. He totally stabbed me in the back during World War II. He was all like, oh, I'll give you half of Poland and it will be lit. And then not only did he take all of Poland, but he invaded Russia. I know he did a great job pumping up Germany and all that, but I just heard bad things about him.
One for today, guys.
This is one from our fascism collection. No!
You know, I kind of like this. Hitler, what do you think?
Come on, boys and girls, let's give my friend a wonderful...
I heard that that y'all were talking about the Ding dong.
Well, I wonder, that must be him. Fun.
Hello and welcome to
Generic game show. Come on, you are all so
Hey, bud. What's going on?
I'm Great Britain, not your bud pal.
Do I need to say
Yeah.
Okay. Damn it.
Hey, I'm not your friend, France.
I know. But we need to talk. Liberty, freedom, democracy for everyone and such.
You're holding the wrong page.
First page of the script, and then after we ended the scene, I flipped it over. Also, I think you're recording currently. Nope, maybe not. Maybe not.
No, I am. Oh. Whoa, why is your? I'm sorry. Why should I industrialize again? It's the hormones. In one ear, out the other.
Is that the first line? Dang.
Tell me you got the end of that.
And today I'm going to be helping a very special, lucky, decolonized country in
It's fine, it's fine.
You can get. I'm sorry.
You're good.
A simple solution of our. I don't. I mean.
Damn it, Benen.